Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of EDUCAUSE, welcome to EDUCAUSE's Demo Day, LMS Platforms and Add-ons. I'm your host, Jason Martin. During our session today, please use the chat to share comments and questions for our presenters. And if you would like to view the closed captioning, please click the CC Live transcript button on the bottom of the Zoom room. And now I'll welcome and hand things over to Alexia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking some time out and being here. It is a pleasure to be hosting this for you. My name is Alexia Sanchez, and I'm the Education and Technology Director for North America at Cypher Learning, which is the parent company of Neo LMS. And if I may say, as a former educator and a school decision maker, I have had the opportunity of working with many platforms. However, none as intuitive and as amazing as this platform. But first, before we go in, I want to hear from you. And I want to ask you, what Neo feature are you most excited to try out? So Jason, if you can please help me out pulling that poll, and please go ahead and submit your vote. We're looking forward to hearing from you. So what Neo feature are you most excited to try out? A, automation, B, assignments, C, collaboration, D, all of the above. Don't be shy and just cast your vote, please.
And it looks like we have about 2/3 of them in, maybe a couple more seconds, Alexia, and then I'll end the poll and share the results.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Here we go. And there are your results.
Excellent. Well, I'm really excited about hearing about you, and it's amazing that you all want to hear about the different possibilities that you can do within Neo LMS. So thank you very much for this poll, Jason. And let's start then. Let us start talking about Neo LMS as a learning management system, which is known by its usability and user-friendliness. It really empowers teachers and learners throughout their processes because it allows learners not only to access learning elements, but as well to assess, to collaborate, and for teachers to have a real control and tracking way of seeing how learners are really mastering the skills and the knowledges. And now the platform has evolved into becoming an intelligent learning platform, that will allow now to offer personalized recommendations of what learners and materials they should be reading to obviously get the mastery of their knowledges that they're looking for. They can also track the learning goals. We can also allow teachers to predict grades, and we can definitely detect at-risk students. So now let me tell you a little bit about how we are supporting all of this learning and teaching processes. In Neo LMS, we're not just only a platform where you can provide learners with the materials. No, we want to do a blockchain. We want to do a quality circle in which we can not only teach, learn, assess, but that we also provide an automation engine to make it more of a seamless experience for the learners that will support adaptive learning, and it will also support personalized learning. But additionally, we're not forgetting about the social learning element, which is the part of collaboration, because we know that that part is very important as well for the whole integrity of our learners. And we keep it as well engaging for the learners through gamification. Then we can also certify learners, and through our analysis process, what will happen is that we will be able to provide to the learners what we were discussing previously, which are personalized recommendations. So let us jump into the live platform. I'm going to change my screen. And let's go and do a deep dive into the platform. So right now, what you are seeing, it is what we call the visitor portal. And this best visitor portal, what we're doing is that we're granting and giving the full control to the schools to have their look and feel. What you're seeing is completely customizable. This is kind of like a landing site for your learners, and it will empower you as schools and universities to promote your offerings, promote your branding as well, and to contact you. So in here, we have a different carousel of images that you are seeing right now. We also provide many more options of showing your different content and item. And let's go into the catalog. The catalog is going to be it is going to be the place where you can show your different offerings, your different e-learning offerings, such as, for example, classes, but that's not it. In here, you can also sell different programs and different classes and courses. So if you have some extracurricular lessons that you want to provide to your learners, you are able to do it in here. As you can see, this is going to be the best way in which your learners will be able to preview their classes. For example, let's go into chemistry. So this is going to be the chemistry class. We can read about this class, see which lessons are involved within this class, and we can also see the reviews. So for example, learners can say, yeah, this class was amazing. Our teacher really connected with us. So after this, what learners can do is that they can enroll themselves, parents can enroll their learners, or they can also see the offering in a calendar view. So your catalog will have the different possibilities for learners and as well their parents to search for the courses that they're looking for. Additionally, we also provide some tools such as, for example, a news page, having a contact us page, a blog, and also about us. So let's log in now as a learner. Let's go in as a student. As you can see now, the colors have changed, and that is because we have the possibility to navigate in a dark mode, or we can revert it to a normal view. In here, this is going to be the dashboard of the students, where we can have communications through messages. We can also see our calendar and what classes we're currently enrolled into, as well as the assessments that we have to submit. Additionally, in our dashboard, we have a very user-friendly view of what is going on. So for a learner, it's very easy to keep track of the assessments. We have over here our calendar, but also a to-do list where I can clearly see what are the assignments that I have due. Additionally, I can have the announcements and what is coming as well next, so I don't miss a thing. Then we'll see over here the classes in which we are currently enrolled, or we can go and have quick access as well from here. Let's jump into the geography class. And here, right now, we're in our geography classroom, and you'll see the different lessons. As you can see, they're very attractive and engaging for our learners. We can group them by different lesson topics, and I can understand as a learner what I'm going to be talking about in that specific unit or lesson. So in here, let's go into the introduction. From the introduction, I know that we have 2 sections. And if we go into another lesson, you'll see that we have some other sections. Let's go into this one. And here for learners, it's very easy to read the content because we have it like this. You can add your content like this, but we also have the accessibility tools provided by Immersive Reader. So this Immersive Reader can translate the content It can read it for the learners and even separate by syllables. Learners can easily navigate through their assessments by hitting on the continue and previous buttons. You can also integrate your SCORM packages. And we additionally have as well the possibility for you to add any documents to this, Word documents, PDF, or you can even embed websites. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the learner's progress. As you can see, always the platform will track if the learner has been completing the items, if there's something that they're missing, and for the learner, it's easy to navigate as well through this this table of contents. So let's go into the assignments. In here, the learners will have a quick view and the drop-down view of the different assignments that they have to work in this class. Here, as you can see, we have different icons which will represent the multiple supported authoring assessments that we have available in the platform for you. I see a question from Letitia Davis. I see progress and mastery indicators. How are those established? And that is a great question, which these are going to be tracked over here, the progress, by how much assessments and lessons has the learner completed within these different lessons. So for example, in this one, it says that we have completed 85% of these 7 sections. So this means that I'm just missing to complete this planets quiz. This is going to be my progress. And as soon as I retake this quiz or that I complete the minimum score, I will be now considered as completed. Those params are going to be set up and defined by you. Now, going back into the assessments, here the learners will be able to see which assignments they have due. They can see as well some analytics, which are going to be done the display of the grades by category. And we'll have the grading scales that are being currently utilized in this classroom. Let's go back in here. And let me tell you that we have more than 14 types of assignments. We not only have quizzes, but we also have surveys. We have as well, for example, essays and Dropbox assessments that will allow learners to submit or upload a file. So these are some of the different options that we have available in here. As well, we have over here under the lessons, for example, under climate lesson, we have a debate. We have as well, we can also do a team assessment where learners will be able to be teamed up in different groups and they can work to submit a final paper, for example, or a project. Additionally, we have offline assessments that this is a wonderful tool since it will allow you to associate a score or a completion status for an activity that you might have done in your classroom. For example, let's say that it is a live presentation. So if the learners have done the live presentation, teachers will be able to associate this with a score or a completion status. Plus, additionally, we are able to integrate with LTI compliant tools as well. What proctoring tools are supported? Letitia's asking. So we are LTI compliant as well. So any LTI compliant tool can be supported in this platform as well. Additionally, if there are some other tools that are not LTI compliant, and what we do as well is that you can embed the whole page as well, the website, or if it has an embedding link, you can also add it within the platform. Now let's go back in here into our geography dashboard. And something that I want to talk to you about is that it is about the mastery. So one of the most powerful tools that the platform allows our users to have is competency-based learning. So competency-based learning is a very flexible and robust tool that has many options in the platform to enhance your different programs. And the way that we do this is by associating courses, lessons, assignments, and even go to the granular level and associate competencies to the questions. So in here, for example, this class geography has been associated with this set of competencies and sub-competencies. Now, this is a very nice tool because as a teacher, you can see which assessments have been associated and which ones you're still needing to perhaps assess. So with this tool, a learner will be able to see what is the rating if they have already mastered this tool, and the teachers and administrators will have the full ability and control over what and how they define that mastery by setting up rules. So as a learner, I can see, for example, that I haven't yet mastered, for example, this specific weather and climate skill. So in here, I can go into the child competencies, and I can see as well if there's any lesson or assignment associated with that. And then I can go back and practice that if that is what the teacher has allowed us to do. So this is going to allow me to have a quick overview of the mastery that I have been receiving, which as well shows over here into the progress wheel and the mastery wheel. So progress is going to be how many lessons the learner has completed out of the whole course, while mastery is going to be how many skills I have shown that I have mastered. As well, we have the quantitative grading, which is going to be given by the grade and by the scores. So as a learner, I can have both types of assessments. It can be, a learner can be assessed in a quantitative, but also a qualitative way. So this is going to be for the learners. And what I want to show you next is that I'm going to navigate to another page, and this is going to be a site shown as an administrator or as well as an instructor. So right now, what you're seeing is going to be the view as James Stevens, who in this case is going to be an administrator and a teacher. Now, the reason why I'm bringing you over to this is because I want to talk about the goals. So for example, let's go into the geography class. We already previewed it as a learner, so let's see the back end. So as you can see, as an instructor, if I go into the mastery, I can add into the competencies of this class, I can add more competency banks. So perhaps you have not only the common standards, but you also want to associate it with a bank of competencies that you are adding to the program, maybe the school or university's competency banks. And in here, as a teacher and as an administrator, I'm going to be able to see how many lessons I'm associating with this competency, how many assignments, which in this case are going to be the moments of assessment, and how well I'm covering it, if I'm including them or not. So for example, let's take a look at this, this child competency. Perhaps it's going to be the competency says something about the learner has shown good understanding of how to protect the environment. So I can see that this one, this skill has been catered towards 3 different lessons, but I'm not asking the learner to practice or to put into practice this specific skill because it is not associated with an assignment. So I can see in here over the coverage rule, as a teacher, for me, it's easy to track how well or how many I'm missing yet to associate. So I can go into an assignment and I can associate that competency specifically there, or maybe it's going to give me the feedback to know that I should add a little bit of more assessments. catered towards analyzing if the learner is going to master that skill in that specific assessment. So that is going to be something that it is possible to do with this platform. And Alex Jacoby is asking us if they can see the grading interface. Can faculty generate a gallery view-like feature where they can see all the submissions once? Lots of art classes. Yeah, I completely understand that. Yes, these are different views where they can view different assessments. So let's go in as a teacher into the gradebook. So for example, in here, this is geography, and I can see all of my different students, and I can see all of the different assignments that have been given for our learners. So perhaps you say this is way too long. So with this one, you can maximize the view, but additionally, you can check it by different categories, because then the assignments can fall into different categories that you will define those. So for example, if they're going to be homework, if they will be final projects. So over here, this will give us a more comprehensive view of them. Or perhaps you want to filter them by the student's name. So in here, perhaps it's going to be by the first name, maybe by the grade, maybe by their ID, and as well by the assignment's name or category as well. And all of this can be exported. And additionally, we can have quick analytics on the grade distribution of the assignments. So perhaps as a teacher, I can say that, hey, my learners are not really doing very well on this type of assessment. So that will give me feedback, and I will be having that moment of analyzing how my job is also being delivered as a teacher. So perhaps I can go back into that assessment and I can see if there's something that I'm missing or how I can improve as well. So now let's go back into the assignments view as well for the instructors. In here, in the assignments list will allow me to see, for example, what is the maximum score. I can also set the percentage and how many I have to grade and how many they have been submitted. So this is a quick view as the instructor. Plus, additionally, again, we have analytics. So you will be able to find different moments of analytics throughout the platform. And that is not even taking into consideration that teachers, if you allow them to, they can also, they will also be able to run reports. And the reports are going to be completely customizable as well, so that you get a good insight on what you're looking for. So over here, let's go back into our class. Teachers also get this dashboard as well for the classes, which will give them a quick view and understanding of what is going on in their class. For example, this grade distribution, the number of visits. We can also have how well are the mastery, and I can have this quick view for my class. So over here, what I want to just to comment about is going to be on the assignments. All of these configuration options will be available to your teachers, and you can set up a grading scale. You can also set up the different categories and the type of weighting scheme that it is going to be utilized to quantify that average, as well as having different grading displays. And then you can also do different terms or periods, which is going to be shown within as well your gradebook. Additionally, teachers can get, for example, the gamification option, which will allow them to make it more engaging for their classes. They can create games over here, and they can add different levels that are so then learners can get to this level upon certain number of points. Now, the beauty of this platform is the automation because the platform will allow you to trigger different actions, not only in the gamification, but also by score rules. Meaning that, for example, if you want to make a more adaptive learning and bring that into your classroom, what you could do is set up rules that will allow learners, for example, as a positive reward to receive maybe some other assessments, or maybe you want to hide them because they don't need that more practice. So that is going to be something that the platform will allow you, as well as tagging learners. So for example, if you want to do an adaptive learning based off their level, perhaps you have under the level students, at the level, and above the level learners, and you want to customize or personalize their experience in Neo LMS, that is possible. So perhaps those learners who are under the level, you want them to have more practice points and around the topics. So for them, you're going to deliver that. Additionally, and coming back to the gamification, in here, we're going to be able to trigger actions such as, for example, awarding a badge, or maybe you want to award a certificate or just more points. And learners can have a leaderboard over here to the right to see what is their position in here. And we also support gamification for teams and groups as well. So if you want to gamify so that you can engage learners into collaboration, that is also something possible within the platform. We're getting over here a question. Does Neo have video hosting capability like a gallery for webinars? Well, in Neo LMS, you can upload the videos, and we do have what we call over here the resource library. So we have a school resource library. So if you want to make it available to the learners as well, you can upload your videos in here. And additionally, the platform also has integration with multiple web conferencing tools, such as, for example, Zoom US, GoToMeeting, GoToTraining, GoToWebinar, WebEx, MS Teams, and Google Meet. And this is a very robust tool because it allows you to integrate with multiple. It's not like you have to have only Zoom US and you cannot have MS Teams. No, if you're using in your school MS Teams and Google Meet, you can have both at the same time. And this web conferencing tool is very robust since you can add your different moments of the web conferencing in a pretty easy and simple way to do it. You can also make the events be repeated, and you can also make sure that they are clinging to the news so that learners do not miss anything. So this is going to be the tools that we utilize for the web conferencing. And now let me go back into the dashboard because I know that I haven't shown you the dashboard as the instructor or administrator. As you can tell from what we saw as a learner right now, this is going to have many more icons and tools because this is a very robust tool. So in here, as you can see, this is going to be the dashboard, which can be completely customizable again, so the learners get to see the information that they're looking for. Now, there's the part of the intelligent learning platform that makes it very well engaging for our learners, because it's not only about the courses that they are enrolled into or that they are teaching, but as well, it allows for your learners to be associated with different competency banks as well. So for example, let's say that we have a learner who's in grade first. So he or she is going to be associated with a set of competencies. And this one, for example, will also be associated with the classes that he or she is enrolled into, and that will let them see how well or how advanced they are. And for that, I'm going to go back. I'm sorry for this back and forth, but I think that it looks way better for a learner with this one because we have a little bit of more data as a student. So right now you're seeing we're going back as Sally Johnson, who is the learner. And right now this is Sally Johnson seeing the classes that she is currently enrolled into. So we have geography here. We can see that she has completed the 52% of the class. But look at this, please. Under the goals tab, you can see that she has a 44% percentage of mastery. Let's go and see what is going on. So in here, we can see the set of competencies that she needs to show mastery of, gain mastery of, and I can see the ratings over here. So me as a learner, I can go and hit on their details and I can see where specifically it is my weakness or that it is my area of opportunity. So over here, for example, this specific planets competency, I can definitely improve a little bit more and I can work towards the mastery. So I can see that the planets quiz will help me rise this percentage. And this is going to be for all the different goals that we have available in the platform. So if a learner has a profile has been associated with a set of competencies, it will also show recommendations to the learners, such as, for example, right now I'm being recommended with another geology class because this will help me improve upon my goal of geography competencies. Over here, I'm being recommended with biology, which will allow me to work on my skills for grade 9 and 10 integrated physics and chemistry. And the same for technology. So as a learner, I will be able to understand where are my areas of opportunities, but as well, it's going to allow me to be able to go into as well working towards that. So that is going to be what the intelligent learning platform is able to do. So you really have the option to close all the quality circle that will allow you to enhance your teaching and as well the learning processes for your learners. Now, I see that we have some questions. I'm going to answer the ones that I wasn't able to answer earlier. So we have the question, is there a way to track student participation by time spent? And this was a question asked by Jesse. Definitely, that is something that we can do. The platform is very robust to do and to be able to see what is the activity of our learners. So in here, what we can do, let's go back as an administrator or as an instructor. And in here, let's go into our classes. Let's go into geography class, that it is the one that we have been utilizing. And if we go into the students list, we will be able to see over here the just a detailed breakdown of their progress, their scores, as well as the time that they have spent. And this is just a global view for this class. We can also go into the deep level of an assignment. So for example, let's hit on this one. For Billy Aaron, we can see the distribution of the time. In this first lesson, introduction, we can see that on the first assessment, he spent 31 seconds. Additionally, we can always see the activity of our learners. So if we hit under more and hit the activity, we will be able to see over here the time that they have spent. Right now we are impersonating a learner. So if they spend some time in here, we'll see it in seconds. So for example, they visited this right now and they spent a total of 18 seconds. Then they visited over here and they spent 56 seconds and so on. So we will have the complete view of this. And again, we can run a report on this type of information so that we have it all together and we can download it or we can see it in the same platform. And all of these items are clickable, meaning that it will give me much more information. So for example, for this course, we can have a grade distribution, but we can also see, for example, their status on the assessments, such as the completion. Over here, I can see as a teacher that the learner has completed this number of assessments, that he's working towards this. And we can also see their grades over here, which can be downloaded as well as a PDF. And we additionally support report cards now. So you can also do that with this platform. So let's answer another question. What features do students appreciate the most? That is a great question. Thank you, Bruno. So learners appreciate the most the gamification part. So the gamification part will allow learners to earn badges as well and points towards the completion or getting certain scores as well on the different assessments. So for a learner, it is very nice that they will be able to see their awards. They can receive different badges as well. So for example, let's take a look at Sally Johnson's. Over here, we will be able to see what are their goals, but also their awards. So it's not only the part of getting printable certificates, but also badges. And the badges are going to be very engaging because you can customize them as well. So for example, if we have over here, I'm going to really quickly add a badge. We can select from the gallery or we can create them ourselves. So this is going to take a little bit. My internet is not collaborating with me as much as I wish. So as you can see, we have the library of the different badges that can be utilized, and they can be given to the learners at different points, or it can be manually awarded to a learner. So for example, if you saw a learner who had a great participation today, you can award them with an item. Then we have as well the question about the languages. Does it support? So yes, we support multiple languages. So for example, we have more than 40 over here, and the platform will be translated. The hard-coded part of the platform will be translated into the selected language. Now let's go in and take another question. What higher education institutions do you work with? So we have a list of clients that are going to be available at cypherlearning.com. So let's go for NEO. And we're going to be able to see some of our customers. So in here, we have success stories and we have testimonials. So we have, for example, STI College. We have the District of Santa Barbara amongst the different clients that we have. Let me see if I can get this option. The stories. These are just a couple of clients. If you're interested in learning more, we can gladly, if you could please share your email address with us, and we'll make sure to send you a list of some of our clients. Then we have the question, can some NEO services connect with other LMS like Moodle, for example? That is another great question, Bruno. Yes, we're with other platforms, we can connect because we can either provide their content in there thanks to the LTI 1.3 feature. So that makes us becoming LTI compliant so that we can be embedded into other LMS platforms, or you can import the content through common cartridges as well. Let's answer another question. We have over here, what do you feel really sets NEO apart from its competitors? Who is your target market? Can you tell us any stories about adoption by higher education clients? Thank you, Lindsay, for that question. And yes, I think that the platform, what really sets up apart from other competitors, it is the part that it is very engaging. It is very intuitive. We have many adoption success in the process of the adoption, not only because of the platform, but also because of the services that we deliver. In Neo LMS, you are not just acquiring a platform, but you're also acquiring a continuous accompaniment by our different departments. So, for example, I'm part of the education and technology department, the EdTech, which we provide product training. And it is not only the product training that we provide, but also migration projects, or if you need some type of assistance, consultation. And then we also have our adoption and customer experience department, who are going to be with you all along the way. So that is also something that is that has helped us a lot with the onboarding processes, plus additionally the continuous education services that we are providing. So that is one of the things that are very successful. And definitely we have done a couple of projects we have done for Neo clients, such as, for example, big universities in the Philippines as well. Those are some of our different customers, such as, for example, University of Batangas. And we have also they were a huge university. They're a huge university who we help them throughout the whole process. And we also offer over here some use cases that we will be more than happy to share with you if you can kindly send us an email. Let's go with another question. We have, hi, I'm not sure that I understood the goals part. Can you go quickly over it? Of course. So the goals part is going to be an engine that it is going to be sharing recommendations to the learners based off what goals they want to master. So the platform will be able to associate goals, which could be courses, which could be competencies, which could be a learning path. Even we could do even kind of like a tagging as well, like a job title kind of thing. And what it does is that it will allow for the learners to track which skills or competencies they should be working towards, which is their area of opportunities, in order for them to achieve the mastery of that set of goals. So, for example, we have over here a recommendation that the platform has given me, which is I should take a health class so that this will help me improve in my learning journey to master this specific set of competencies. So that is going to be what the platform will be able to do. We have a question as well from Denisha. Like a student, can we also view the audit logs of a teacher for multiple classes? Yes, you can. You are more than able to do that. We always track the time that learners have spent, but as well the activity that the teachers have been having within the platform. So Jason, I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
No problem, Alexia. And you do have time for maybe one more quick question if you want to. I did launch that in-session poll survey, so feel free to fill that out before you leave. And Alexia, did you have any more questions to answer, or would you like to wrap up?
I think that well, I can take real quickly the last question that is from Bruno about the roadmap. So just to wrap it up with this, since the platform is the services that we provide, we always are very transparent to our clients. So we always provide with the roadmap to our clients over here. So we have many other features coming in that are very, very interesting, such as, for example, aside from the learning intelligent learning platform, we will also continue to working on all of different integrations. For example, we have already integrated with Credly to award badges, and we're going to be delivering support for one roster. So these are some of the items, and really quickly to go over the product news, I just want to show you that, for example, we have the number of updates that we are deploying every month is it's very large. So we are always continuing to work on improving and working and making on a better and more robust platform. So thank you very much for that, Jason.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Alexia. Thank you, Catalina, there in the chat. We really appreciate the expertise and presentation. If you are able to join us on the event page, you will find there the video and the recording rather, and the resources will be posted soon to that website, where you can also drop a business card and get directly in contact with the Cypher Learning Neo team. Beyond that, we welcome you back hopefully at 4 p.m. Eastern for our next presentation. See you all shortly, and thank you so much.